Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Ready to Love DC. I don't know if it's season 4 or season 5, and there's some reasons for that because people on the internet, some people are saying season 5, and then the labeling within I have Comcast, so the labeling within Comcast is saying season 4, but the episode is episode 10. Alright, so once they figure that out, we'll know too. But anyway, let's move forward. So, as you know, for those people who just listen for 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I'm gonna just get to the high point. So, as you know, Camille and Cornelius were Camille and Cornelius were having interest in each other, and Cornelius got eliminated, and then Camille self-eliminated herself. But you would think this would have been the hottest item on the show. I'll just say, I'll tell you who got eliminated, just in case you didn't see it as spoiler. So Zadia got eliminated on episode 10, and then Naeem got eliminated. Well, I'm sorry, he did a self-elimination. So, alright, so now let's start with play-by-play, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. Okay, so, during the show, so Shiloh, we didn't really have that many scenes this episode. And to those who don't know, Shiloh has a degree in architectural design, so I guess she's like an architectural engineer. But anyway, that's a little backstory. She had a date with Phil. They were talking. So Shiloh, who allegedly used to be some type of relationship counselor, so she can put the little Spengali on Phil maybe. But Phil, like I said, we're gonna do a little deeper dive into his background. I haven't done the research I need to do at this point, but hopefully I can make it interesting. But anyway, so Phil, they were talking, and because they have a connection, and everything seemed okay. He kissed Shiloh. Then Frank and Mumi met, and of course, after she was hit by the dump train of Walter, she moved on to Frank, which is what she's supposed to do. And then while Frank and Mumi were talking, Frank told her, he does have some other interests in Sydney. So she's more or less knows this is aware, but I don't see how this is going to work. Frank's a bartender. Well, not a bartender. He's in nightlife. And then Shiloh's a gospel singer. I'm sorry, not Shiloh's a gospel singer. Mumi is a gospel singer, and she's a well-known gospel singer. She's not the front lady, but she's she's been on a lot of people's albums, and then people in the gospel world, if you say that name, I think they kind of know her. But I'm not in the gospel world, so I'm not a gospel person that knows the gospel people. Let's say it that way. So of course now here's when we have it's not even a climax, like the plot thickens. So Zadia and Donte met. So they were having a discussion, yada yada da 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 da. But at the end of it, Donte basically told Zadia that he was going to move on to Aisha. So at first, Zadia didn't have any problem with it. But then, during her dialogue, when they sit by themselves and talking, she expressed herself. But some of the things that came across, even when she was talking to Donte, was that she felt unprotected. And that's a kind of a deep statement coming from a woman. In that sense, when you really think about it, but I'll let those other content creators dive into that statement. And she felt ignored because I think for 3 days after, Donte didn't reach out to her or anything like that. Now, during all this process, Zadia put her hands on Donte, not physical hands, but kind of like, she described it as a black mother talking to a child type of thing. So I don't know if you heard of Minister Jap, but unfortunately, he says black women have male energy. So if this is what he means, this might be an example of a male energy situation, because it's like if you remember last episode, I don't know if I discussed it, but Donte said, you're poking a bear, but she was like, poking him literally with her finger on his nose. So Donte handled it well. He was smart enough to know, smack her hand, and then of course, probably would escalate it from there. But she was deeply, hurt by this, I guess, and like she said, I felt unprotected and ignored. So ignored, we can tie that to embarrassment, because he spent a lot. Because what happened was she found out that Donte gave Aisha a massage. So whatever they were saying to reach their connection, she felt unprotected and ignored. Anyway, so she felt she was played. But doing this, she just ran a freight train over Aisha's character. Well, not character, but personality. She said long talks about nothing. She said she was dense and dumb. This is Zadia saying this about Aisha. And this was during her, her monologue when they talk by themselves, right? But particularly when she said long talk, she told Donte that as she was walking away. So clearly, Zadia ain't scared to fight a dude. She'll knuckle up on you with the right amount of liquor and the right anger. It might be a problem. But guess what? Zadia has a superhero, Henotep, or how I pronounce it. A black guy who's covered himself in the stride and the theory of black identity. I can't get my words together, but black identity. So, and that's Naeem. And we're gonna go into that. So, anyway, Walter and Sabrina met, of course, and then they talked, and then ironically, Walter asked her, was she a madam? I don't know why he asked her that. But Sabrina gave her, her little story about how she became a stripper when she was in high school. She was bullied. And she might have been bullied. I can't define what bully is to anyone. But maybe kids picked on her because, she was interracial or had, Asian mother and stuff like that. People kind of take that to heart. Then she was, I don't know how tall she is, but I'm assuming she's at least probably 5'7". So that's why she went to I don't know why she went to the gentleman's club, and they validated her. I'm not going to go down that because that sounds like daddy issues, but I ain't going to go down there. But anyway, so she that's how she got stripping. I just thought it was kind of funny that Walter said, "Are you a madam?" But that's a whole, another discussion. So of course, during the elimination, the men had the power to eliminate. They went back and forth, and now, actually, this is. They went back and forth. Now, of course, they talked about Zadia. So, a lot of guys got issue if a woman, I'm not going to label her color, gets in a certain manosphere. That's how I want to say it. So, Naeem spoke up, came up to the plate. So, in this essence, and I always say this, I say a lot of times, a lot of guys, and now I'm going to put a label on, a lot of guys cannot deal with certain black women who are passionate. So I saw Zadia's anger as passion. Now, whether he knows how to control it, that's a whole other different story. But it's passion, and a lot of guys, their passion runs them the wrong way. Now, if you can guide it the right way, of course, it's beneficial, if you know what I mean. But, and Naeem said, no, I don't see that as a problem. So a lot of guys ain't used to don't want to deal with that, or aren't used to dealing with it. But sometimes when a woman is in a state, if you actually listen, you say, oh, okay, I understand. So really, Zadia, to me, is very sensitive. She said she was, excuse me for laughing, she said she felt unprotected and ignored. So I felt she's very sensitive. So to cover up that sensitiveness, she throws that male energy out, as Minister Jap would say. I'm not agreeing with. You can go check out Minister Jab's content if you want. I warn you, it might not be what you want to hear, especially if you're a lady and a guy sometimes. But that's his description. I'm narrowing down kind of what he goes over. But anyway, so Naeem, he dresses Afrocentric and things like that. Although some people who deeply into the help community, if I'm saying that right, they probably get offended that I say Afrocentric, but he dresses that way, and he's probably a little more. He probably has a certain stance on certain issues. So, and remember, he does like a big butt. So, but I'm pretty sure. Even he said that it was over the line, but it's something he can deal with. So I guess what he's saying is he can cultivate that passion in that black woman. All right, so this is it. This is Bug News. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.